Well, Reese, it's just me and you. Hey, I want to talk about keys today. I want you to look at this one. This is kind of a special one, I suppose. I want you to think about, where would you put a key in a lock like this? Where would you imagine that might be? You know what I thought when I saw that? I thought to myself, you know what? That would be a great key for a pirate to put on his chest of jewels and money and all that stuff. And you know what? You can't get into the chest unless you have the key. You're right. Now, this one is probably more like what you might have in your pocket or your parents have in their pocket. That's a house key. Why do you have a house key? So you can get in. Because if you don't have a key, you can't get in. You are exactly right. Now, this is a little bit different. This is a different kind of key, and it's kind of a little more sophisticated. This is a key that somebody might use for their car. It does have that metal piece on there that you can see, and that can go in a lock like that. But these keys are a little bit more sophisticated because a lot of them have sort of electronics in there so that you don't even have to put it in the spot. It'll just know that you're there, and you might even just push a button to start your car. But it won't start unless you have the key. You got to have the key to get in. Now, sometimes people go on vacation and they go to a hotel, and they don't give them a key like the ones we've already seen, but they give them a key like this. It's like a card, and it goes in the door in this reader, and they slip the card into the reader in the door, and then it unlocks. That's pretty good, as long as you don't forget your key. Because if you don't have a key, you can't go in. How about that? Well, I don't know about you, but things get more and more complicated all the time. You know, for me even to turn on your phone, you have to have a key. I can use my fingerprint to open my phone, and here's a different kind of a key. This is a person who has a lock on their front door that works by their fingerprint, and they put their fingerprint on that little dot up on the top, and it will let them in. But if you don't have that fingerprint, can't get in. There's one more I want to show you. This is really sophisticated. Like some places that have high security or some really important things in there, they don't want just anybody to get in. They have this thing that reads your face. And what it does, has cameras that look right at your eyes, and it does a scan. And it looks at what the color is of your eye and the little things around your eye, your iris. And then it looks right in there to all the way inside your eye, and it reads your retina, which is a little piece on the inside of your eye that's just like almost like it's like not tin foil, but like plastic wrap. It's just very thin, but it has everybody's is a little bit different. And so they read that, and if they could tell you belong, then you can go in. But if you just are wearing somebody else's contacts or whatever, and you're not going to get in just because you want to, because it's secure. So we've talked a lot about keys this morning, but there's one last one I want to think about, and it's, how do you get into these doors? Can you see that? That might be what Heaven's Gate looks like. I don't know. But what kind of key will fit in heaven's door? I don't think it's going to be a key like that. Do you? It's not going to be a house key. That's not going to work. I don't think they give a card out like that. Do you? No. And the car key's not going to work either. I don't think they'll do your fingerprint at this door. And I sure don't think they're going to look at your eyes and see if it's really you. That's not going to work. You know, we get a life on earth so that we can find the key so we can get into these doors in heaven. Only people who belong can get in. Only people who have the key. You want to know what the key looks like? Me too. Here's a drawing of what the key looks like right there. Who's that? It's a drawing of Jesus. You know what remember that one that looks deep into your eyes and sees what's inside? Well, if you have Jesus inside of you, inside your heart, you can walk right up to heaven's gates, and the gates will open for you. But if you don't have the key, the doors will stay shut. So that's why church is always busy about telling others about Jesus, because he's the key. He's the way to get in, because we don't want to be left out when it comes to heaven. Amen? Yeah, that's right. Thanks for coming up today and being such a good helper as we talked about keys. See you next time.